Hello everyone, welcome to the third video in the 3-video series on understanding correlation. Now in the earlier two videos, that is part 1 and part 2, we have seen how to interpret scatter plots and how to interpret the value of the coefficient of correlation, which we denote by either rho or the small letter r. Now in this particular video, we are going to see if there is any equivalence between correlation and something which is called causation. So let us proceed with the video. So first let us understand what is meant by causal relationships. Now make sure that you are reading this correctly. It is not casual, it is causal relationships. So let us go through this a little bit deeper. Observe the statements that are written on the screen. A student got up late because her alarm didn't go off. Or a food preparation became too salty because probably the chef put in extra salt in it. A glass which was kept on a table broke because it fell down to the floor. Smoking causes an increase in the chances of lung cancer. What is a common thing between all these statements? In all of these, one thing is causing the other, or whatever response you are observing is being caused because of something. So whenever you have such a relationship, that particular relationship is called a causal relationship. Now let us see how it relates to correlation. Now many a time it is very common to get confused between correlation and causation. So we have already seen that correlation is a concept which indicates the type and magnitude of relationship between two given variables. On the other hand, causation indicates that one event is being caused because of some other, or the changes in one variable are because of the other variable which is given to you. So we need to see a few examples to establish that correlation is not equal to causation. These are two different things. So when we say that there is correlation between two variables, it need not have to mean that the changes in one variable are being caused because of the other variable given to you. So let us take this interesting example. There was a boy who claimed that every pet dog barks because his tail wags. So what he is trying to say is that the reason for the pet dog's barking is the wagging of his tail. Is it really so? Let us try to observe the diagram which is given to you. Now all of us must be aware of, or must have had, most of us must have had pet dogs. So you must have observed that whenever the owner of a particular pet dog comes home, the dog starts wagging its tail and the dog starts barking. Alright. So the owner coming home is the cause of the barking and is the cause of the wagging of the tail. Right. So this is a causal relationship. But the relationship between barking of the dog and wagging of the tail is something which we would call correlation. So there is definitely a relationship between them. But then is the boy's claim correct? He is saying the pet dog barks because his tail wags. That is not so. The dog is barking because the owner has come home. The dog is wagging its tail because the owner has come home. And between these two actions, there is correlation. Let us see one more example to get it a little bit more clarified. Alright, now what do we see here? All of us know that as soon as summer approaches, as soon as the temperature starts going up, as soon as it becomes hot and sunny, more and more people will tend to buy ice cream. So dry, hot and sunny summer weather, as it is given on the screen, is the cause for increased ice cream sales. Also, when there is a lot of sunlight, when there is a lot of heat, you will observe that there are many cases of sunburn, skin allergies, itching and whatnot. So again, that sunny, hot summer weather is the cause of sunburn. So if you examine the ice cream sales in a particular region and the number of cases of sunburn, there is definitely going to be positive correlation between them. But can we say on this basis that because ice cream sales are higher, someone is getting sunburn? Or because someone is getting more sunburn, ice cream sales are going up? Definitely not. So the correlation between sales of ice cream and cases of sunburn is not causation. The causation lies in sunny weather and ice cream sales and sunny weather and sunburn, right? So I hope this is clear. In this case, the common factor that is causing the correlation between two things is the summer weather. So now let us see one more example. We'll try to identify the common factor there. So I suppose the scene is of a meeting where there is a projection going on, and on the screen in the meeting it says that sales and blogs are moving pretty much closely. So as the sales are higher, the blogs are higher, or we can say as the blogs are higher, the sales are also higher. So then what did the person conclude? If you want to have higher sales, let us write more blogs. So if a person is writing blogs, is it going to increase the sales for that particular person? It does not make sense, doesn't it? So we are seeing some correlation here, but do you think it is causation? Definitely not. Someone is writing more blogs. Why should it make the sales go higher? So what we will do is, let us try and make an attempt to identify the common factor. Like in the earlier case, the dry summer weather was the common factor, which was the causation. Now in this, what do you think the causal factor is? See, what I think in this case, it could be the causal factor is if a particular person is smart enough, then he will be more outgoing, he will know the knack of speaking well, and in that case, he or she will tend to make higher sales for a company. Similarly, if that person is smart enough, he will be more expressive in nature, which might inspire him to write more blogs. So, according to me, one causal factor in this case could be the smartness of that particular salesperson. Because of that factor, he is writing more blogs as well as he is capable of making more sales. So there is correlation between sales and blogs, but the relationship is definitely not causal. So having said all this, now I want all of you to carry out this activity. Now in this video, we have just established that correlation does not imply causation. So I have given you two pairs of variables, or let us call them situations, wherein it has been proved that there is a significant amount of correlation between them. Alright, but we are sure that causation does not exist. For example, ice cream sales are not going to cause more people to go swimming. Similarly, more people going swimming does not mean ice cream sales are going to increase. So what I want you to do is, there are two pairs of variables given to you. I want you to try and identify the common factor between them. That is the causal factor, right? For example, what was the common factor between barking of a dog and wagging of its tail? The owner coming home. So that was a factor which was causal and it was causing correlation. So in both these pairs, I want you to make an attempt to identify the causal factor which is causing X as well as causing Y, as a result of which there is correlation between X and Y. So do give it a try and let me know what you feel about it. Thank you.